everybody. Yes, for all my subscribers, this is 2018, and for all the new people to this channel, this is my original kayak, the very first one that I bought. It's special to me because it got me out on the water. It didn't have everything I needed. I mean, I certainly couldn't stand on this thing, so I had to add pontoons. It didn't have enough storage, so I had to add a toolbox. And the normal things you had to add to any kayak, I eventually did, like the live well. And a cooler, and a skeg. Nowadays, I have graduated to kayaks that are better for beginners. For not much more than I spent on this thing, you can get a kayak that you can stand up in, and it has plenty of storage. Anyways, the reason I'm out on this old kayak though is because I am trying to start a business. Kayak rentals and demo days. I get a lot of questions from people asking which kayak should I buy. And I don't know which kayak you should buy any more than I can tell you which car to drive or what clothes to wear. That type of thing is really personal, and it'll depend on how big you are and what your skills are, where you're fishing. So I thought opening a business would be great. I could put people in boats and just say, try it for yourself. You know, all different types of boats, not just Pelican, but Hobie and all the big manufacturers as well. I just had this dream that it would be a great idea. It'd be a good opportunity to meet my fans of the channel, you know, learn new tricks from you guys as well. However, things have been quite difficult. The place that I chose to start a business doesn't have a building on it, which means if you're going to put a building, even a mobile trailer for an office, there are some very big expenses that you have to go through in order to legally do it. I'm talking like $30,000 just to get going. So yeah, that's a lot of money, and I've had discussions about whether or not we would be able to recoup that money with my business partner, and it hasn't worked out. So I actually got some other investors as well to try to talk about whether or not we could start at this location that I'm at, and it's just not working out at all. It's going to be way too expensive, and I'm also getting money from folks like yourself through Patreon, and I don't want to just throw that away on a spot that's not right. So what I'm going to do is move. I'm not going to give up on the idea of a business. Quite the contrary. I actually found a new spot, and I've already begun moving out. During my time at this location, I've acquired all kinds of things that were nautically themed, some of which were very heavy, like these pylons. But I didn't want to just throw them out or leave them behind, so I had to haul them out of here instead of just throw them in the garbage. Speaking of which, I have to get out of this garbage guy's way. I don't think I'm going to miss opening and closing this gate all the time. I will miss being on Shell Point Road though, which, despite its name, is not a bad place to be barefoot. Well, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. And I don't know, I've got a new fever for doing what I have to do when it comes to the business. Certainly not giving up. I'm just gonna have to do a lot more by myself, which in the past hasn't really been a bad thing. Like when I bought the boat, you know, maybe I could have bought a boat that was turnkey and ready to go, you know, but it would have been more expensive, and if it broke down, or when it breaks down because it's a boat, I probably wouldn't know how to fix it. So instead, I did the work myself. I fixed the boat myself, and it worked out for the best, because now I'm a lot more comfortable being the captain of my own vessel, and maybe I'll feel a lot better once the business is up and running. You know, if I take the time and I do things myself, as opposed to having somebody else do the work for me. We'll see. I'll keep you guys posted as always. God, these trucks are always in the way. Until I find a permanent spot to put all these heavy things, my friend Richie was kind enough to allow me to store them at his place. And I was lucky not to either crush my feet or throw out my back moving these gargantuan things around by myself. Years of hauling around that Hobie prepared me for moving stuff like this. That bed extender sure did come in handy to help hump these things around. The next thing that needed to be addressed was the trailer. Despite all the work that I had done to it, I realized that I wasn't going to need this at my new place. So with the help of some friends, we got this thing jacked up, and Mike was here to put the wheels back on it and take it back to his place. Unfortunately, all the time and effort that Mike and I put into this trailer was for naught. It may seem sad to see the trailer going away after everything we did to it, but it really was the beginning of a new chapter. So yeah, now that a good amount of the moving has already taken place, what I had to do is figure out if I can get my boat to the new place, and my buddy Todd helped me with that. Over the course of the past couple of years, I've been very fortunate to meet some really incredible people. Todd is one of them, and today he was going to help me navigate upriver back to the new place. Todd has had a TV show and a guide business all about fishing and knows these waters intimately.
Now what you want to do is when you get up closer to the sign up here,
Stay more to the left.
Stay to the left, yeah.
I had never had the big boat upriver, so it was very comforting to have Todd by my side.
Now if you just start moving the bow this way, you just almost straight shot through that cut and you're good to go.
The new place is actually 1.75 miles from the old place, upriver. And it was a beautiful ride. Lots of mangroves, lots of little estuaries along the way. The new place is going to be far better for kayaking, recreationally, and fishing, and it might turn out to the best for all my prospective customers. Todd showed me all the little nooks and crannies and cool places someone could go to kayak fish up here. This big building up ahead is going to be the new place. It's currently the home of Todd's place. He is the owner of Roundabout Watercraft. And I had to figure out how to park my boat here. Heck, I can almost turn it around just to see what it's like. It looks like you'd be able to sit right on the dock. You know what? I am going to try to turn it around. I decided to turn it around and gently back it over, being careful to make sure that I wasn't going to run aground, and back up to the floating dock he had, so I'd be able to get on and off. You grab a rope.
Got it?
We tied the boat up temporarily, and despite there being a 25-mile-per-hour speed limit here, the boat fared well, even without fenders. You guys coming? And the dogs, of course, had a great time checking out their new digs. There she is. There really are no words to describe what a huge favor Todd is doing for me. I really appreciate him and his company, Roundabout, and helping me set up a new place where I might be able to run a business myself.
All right, get the hell out of here.
Bye! Am I untied?
Yep.
Woo! Thank you, sir. Yep. Appreciate it. Well, there still was a lot more work to be done and a lot more things back at the old place that had to be loaded up and moved. But it was exciting to know that I actually had a place to start a business that wasn't going to break the bank. So yeah, that's about it for the business update. I was hoping to be able to open my gates at the old location to the public, which is why I have the red kayak out, because I was trying to make it really nice to put it on display. Some of the things that needed to be done were to replace the bungees and the poles in the back, the extensions and other little things. I've added brand new long nose pliers, and I wanted to restore it to its original so that I could put it on display for people to see when they come by. So far, my patrons have already been invited to the old place. They were going to be the first ones to see the business location. And again, unfortunately, that location's not working out. But at the new location, there will also be an opportunity for patrons to come by and see the place before it's really open. Anybody out there who's helping me, I really do appreciate it, and I want to give back a little bit. So that's the way I'll do that. I will be doing announcements on Facebook. That'll be the easiest way for you guys to keep up as to what's going on with my new business and the new location. Since I got the kayak out, maybe I'll go do a little fishing. What do you think? What do you think? I think I'm due. I've been doing too much adult stuff. I need to do some fun stuff now. Thanks for watching. I definitely need to do some more fun stuff because this adulting is ridiculous. I don't like adulting. I don't like it. But it'll be worth it. If I can get people on the water, I think it's going to be a good time.